Good day and salutations, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Togetherwerole.
Hey, what is the most effective contraception for orcs?
Their personality.
Breath, halitosis?
Seeing in the dark.
Oh, I like that.
That's
Okay, that was stolen from this little book of mine here.
I actually don't get that one. What?
Seeing in the dark. Everything's better in the dark.
Contraception.
They're not attractive. They're not getting laid if someone can see them.
He hit a little eck rub off on him there, so that's all.
Well, I'm not
All right,
going to get
anyway,
every single joke.
Sorry, hey, gosh, sorry for anyway.
Why are there fewer half-orcs in the Arctic? Because it's hard to pull leather pants off of someone who's kicking.
Wow.
Okay, hey.
And I know the rest of that joke. Which is horrible. Alright, please go to the intro. Corinne Milne, something.
Corinne Milne, RPG Elements, and JD Arts. Thank you for all your support, love, and damn it! I was
all
going
of
to
the
say,
things that you do for us.
and all the things you do for us. I
And
was about
all
to
the
say
ships at sea.
something else, but
Oh,
based
yeah.
on the other conversations, it was a good no-go zone. Anyway, without that further ado, let's get to the intro that my father has lovingly built for us.
Yeah, updated, by the way, with all our new cast and characters.
Yes!
Be back right in a minute. Enjoy. We're back.
Hello, everyone. We got a little bit of recapping to do before we go back to the chuckle fucks that is the Silver Menagerie.
+1.
The chuckle.
No longer +1 after that beholder. Alright, so a little bit of recap. The Silver Menagerie went through a portal into the Shadowfell to go kill Lord a bit of Frost.
Want to be demigod.
I mean, that's all Fey beings, is it not?
No, a lot of them are demigods.
That's half
Yeah.
this party. I mean,
I want to be a god. You know how much responsibility that is?
you're on the other half.
Would be 2, 3, Charles. Like,
Charles
There you go.
That's a lot of responsibility for the little guy.
I mean, not right now.
Fair enough.
But
Anyways,
And we were in the recap, weren't we? Until I was interrupted, yeah.
You were assaulted by various bits of undead that was in the region of the Raven Queen due to its being overpopulation, overburdened state.
You were assaulted.
Yes, by a bunch of undead frozen people.
no, we skipped the
You
song.
skipped that map.
no. That was
No,
not
no,
That
no.
was prior.
Next time.
Oh.
I'm going to throw
I'm
a
with you. I thought it was funny.
I feel insulted.
We're really rough.
You
right
continued on your path, and you met a individual that you've dealt with many times before. Not exactly buddies, but at the same time, not exactly enemies. But your status at the current being did not allow you to pass through without some sort of toll payment.
Right.
Which you were able to persuade it after a bit, and due to background nonsense, had a little bit harder time in selling a guard of the Raven Queen that was guarding a route to accept a devil that was under your contract to be in servitude of this guy.
Right.
Which will in no way ever come back to bite us.
Why not? Nothing else has.
Just, the 7 world-ending calamities that we created.
8!
8, right, sorry, 8. Whoops. Forgot about that
We
one.
need to make an actual white
got it.
to be behind this of the days, and then over there we'll have days since starting the apocalypse. 0.
And then next it would be casualties.
Just a rolling whiteboard. And the kid, hang on, let me get the whiteboard.
Yeah, it'd be better if we just did it digitally because we could change it on the fly.
Do the dark helmet. Everybody get that?
You got that?
Days since causing a world-ending calamity.
After a slight
All right.
service frozen tiger monkey problem that had to be dealt with.
Not a problem. No, it's just fine.
Well,
You put on a spectacle of the ages in front of the freaking fortress of memories. Nick was dying inside a little bit.
Oh no, I had a psychotic break. I took drugs to get through that hallway.
You did.
Because remember, kids,
Yeah, bring my
If someone
bed.
gives you drugs, you say thank you.
Drugs are expensive.
No, you don't. You say you
don't buy drugs. Become a celebrity and they'll give them to you for free.
Moving on. The invitation was given. It was
do not condone the
accepted.
use of drugs.
And
Dude,
titles
we
were
talk about
placed.
beating shit to death. How is saying go buy drugs worse?
we're not peddling going to kill people.
And you're making devil contracts. Contracts with devils and everything.
That's fair enough.
Anyway. So, as you guys enter the domain of the Raven,
Anymore.
as the crowing ravens and flapping of wings falling by a few raven feathers falling from the sky above you as you enter the dark space into the first chamber of this fortress, there needs to be a little bit of explanation to Nicholas.
Wait, we made it through the doors?
You made it through
The door's opened.
The
Yeah.
door is open.
No, but we were still standing there being dipshits. I'm asking, did we make it through
You
the
made
doors?
it through the doors.
All right.
Congratulations, you beat the door. There is a status, titles, and reputation. Being a court of the unsealed accounts, not unsealed accounts, being part of the court and its domain. You, Niquis, you're very much aware of this kind of situation, and certain things can increase and then decrease your reputation as a whole, which will allow you to have certain types of boons and behavioral advantages, to anything in this domain.
Mm-hmm.
You automatically feel your reputation, and you know that it is lower than when you left.
Gasp.
That's not a surprise, but also it's significantly lower than you expected.
Okay.
So, everyone has a reputation here. After that
It's not great. It's not great.
entertaining
He
first
is
entrance.
accurately named.
Yes. I want everyone to roll a performance check.
Right.
Everyone? Or that?
Everyone.
God damn.
Everyone was part of the monkey.
I'm going to assume I'm at disadvantage for any social role.
Correct.
So, which brings me to a point that I was going to do before we walked in, but I forgot about it.
Okay.
I need to give me 2 seconds. I want to cast a spell. I just need to know how long it lasts.
Okay, we'll get to that while people are doing their stuff.
Actually, they're pretty decent for a change. I don't do performance.
12.
12.
Oh, cool. Okay, lasts up to an hour.
Oh, that's going to suck.
So, everyone, I am casting Enhance Ability on your wisdom saves. Any wisdom roll you make is rolled an advantage for the next hour.
Hey, I'm neutral.
Hey, cool.
Well,
Do I get double advantage?
Okay.
25 with disadvantage.
Yes.
What?
I'm a bard. I've got plus 13.
Don't worry, I have charts after charts
Oh,
of
yeah.
positive and negatives.
Oh, no, I'm sure I'm starting at the bottom. Because everyone hears me and go, fuck that guy.
Yeah, it's like
19.
19?
What was the save I was supposed to make? I'm sorry.
It was not a save, it was a performance check.
Oh.
Because of the entertaining strife at the front of the building.
Well,
29.
29, not a surprise.
11.
11. So, those that are lower than 15, you get nothing. Those that are lower than 10, you don't get minus. this is where you need to keep it written down. You gain 2 points just from that.
This is a reputation.
Sparks, you gain 1
That's
point.
swore.
You gain 3 points above 25.
3 above 25? Wait, what?
No. You gain 3 points for being above 25.
Shadowfell.
Got it. Okay.
What did you roll again, Quinn?
0.
I had a 25.
You were at 25. Unfortunately, it's not 20. Yeah.
It's not above.
So just plus 2. Nope.
Ooh, let's see. So my Shadowfell rep is
Fast forward to the
0.
end of the night, and I'm hanging
Plus
out with
3.
the unseelie court, and then I bought the donkey a prostitute.
So plus 3.
Okay.
Right, so let's go around the table. For those that have titles that were not granted from servant level positions, unfortunately. So your titles mean nothing right now. Your title,
Yep.
you get a plus 1.
Okay.
Just for having that title. What the hell?
Somebody's phone.
Excuse me.
The Unseelie Council already texting you now?
It's
Oh,
the
we've
donkey.
given you a knife.
Why does it have eggplant on it?
Because it's from the donkey.
For being a non-human or half-breed of human, you gain plus 1.
Hey.
You're a half-breed of human.
I'm not human, so I get
You are non-human, you're a non-human, you're a non-human, you're definitely a non-human.
so plus 1.
You said a non-human or not a half-breed of a human.
Correct.
Okay, so okay.
If
So
you
you
have
don't get-
mayfly blood, you get nothing.
Okay, I got that.
Cool. So I have a rep.
Should we also be doing Lady of Marshmallow and Charles?
Lady of Marshmallow is not going to be present for most of this.
Okay.
Charles, yes.
Okay.
Her, no.
Yeah, she's hiding
Oh, yeah.
inside my cloak somewhere.
I'm just
Let's
checking.
just put it this way. Those of the Sealy Council get minus 15.
I need to roll Charles' performance check.
We are unseen.
You're pretty much the opposite side of the football team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean... So, I mean, you're crawling up,
I got invited to my rival high school's prom. I
Yes,
get
yeah. So we'll get to that in a moment. There's still other
Zero.
stuff.
Charles didn't do terrible. He got a 10.
10, well, he wasn't really part of the thing either.
Right,
so
but-
he didn't get negative or positive.
Okay, cool. And then he is a non-whatever, so he gets a 1.
For making the Manticore cry, sorrow-ridden, and overall dejected of himself,
Sure.
you gain 3 points for that.
Cool.
Dang.
For signing a contract with a devil, minus 3 points. Because it's the Raven Queen's domain. Other places that are part of the Sealy's Council that is not within the Unseelie Council of that are not within a god's domain, doesn't matter. But here, it does kind of matter.
2 points from Gryffindor.
For those that have... Those that are considered ugly gain a point.
Am I ugly?
Just right
Heck,
down.
you gain a point.
Just right down.
I don't think I'm considered ugly.
I mean,
I-
by whose definition?
Because mechanic.
By the definition of the Sealy Court.
So
Okay.
am I ugly?
We don't know. Okay. So,
You?
You
and
are ugly.
you.
Okay.
For being exotic, you get plus 1.
Okay.
I mean, he should...
I'm a disco ball.
You're exotic.
Okay.
You're exotic. You're a kobold. For being gorgeous, you minus 1.
Oh.
It's the Unseelie Court.
I don't want you to look good.
For those, and this is up to your backstory, that perform crime at least once a week, gain a point. It's up to you,
You
on what.
have done the campaign!
That was more than a
Okay.
week ago.
I do
Was it?
I do crimes against the fey creatures every
Gain
day.
a point for that. I'll allow
Oh
it.
my god!
You torture those fucking things.
Not because I'm like mean. It's just because I'm stupid. Idiot.
I'm actually not going to tell you.
Sorry, I'm
Even though
accidentally
for,
a serial
different
killer.
nations justification, everything I've done has been holding a particular order. even in those situations
Let me-
where I've been
let me-
actively engaged in criminal activity, I've still been doing it for the right reasons. So I'm not going to give myself
let me
the point.
reiterate. Have performed crime for their own malicious gain.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So more of an ugly
Edge
representation
never
of crime.
does that though. He does it because he's just
You
innocent.
torture those freaking fake
But I don't do
creatures.
it because I enjoy it. I did it because I
Doesn't
thought I
matter.
was doing a
Just
good
because
scheme.
you're a
Ignorance
stupid
of the
idiot.
law is not an acceptable offense, according to the judge in my trial.
Okay,
Alright.
here I am defending, so I don't.
Take the point.
Add 15 to your points for your previous representation. Because you've been here before, you've been
touching
doing
her.
stuff, you've been gathering favors, you lost a bunch of stuff because of internal gossip and people being assholes, but that's besides the point.
Being true to their nature, but whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, I really don't want to be popular here.
For those that participated in the Tea Party and accepted the boon from the Master of Grief, add a point.
I think
That was everyone except Quinn because Quinn wasn't there.
Yet.
And also not Charles.
And not Charles.
No. You have to realize I'm upper decking every toilet I can find.
That means you found a toilet, and at that point, you deserve it.
you know what? Little high five.
Sparks
Or I
videos we
usually
talk
break
about.
it. So
What's a toilet? I don't use them.
Unfortunately, the only person that has been a victim of a Fey prank is not here.
Who?
Define prank.
Yeah.
Has
Because-
my pixie been doing shit to him all
Yeah.
the time?
How many times?
Quite a few.
oh wait, shit. God, I'm mentally.
Roll a d4 to see how many counted.
3.
Minus 3 points.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's part of the thing. And
Knocked back down to 1.
Hey, you and Charles are at the same level.
woohoo! You're that of a dog.
Didn't the Dixie fuck with you?
That wasn't a prank, though.
Okay.
That was us negotiating a deal.
Those that
They
speak
were
Sylvan.
southern-themed pixies.
Yeah.
They're
They-
Dixies.
Yeah, they had a.
They're also dicks.
There are also Hixies.
2 more.
Isn't there a 3-part country men's trio called the Chixie Dicks?
Those that have can speak Sylvan naturally gains a point.
Yay!
Naturally or
Charles.
speaks it?
Can speak it.
Has a language.
It has a language Sylvan.
Okay.
The language of the Fae.
Not magically inclined,
Charles
you just
is
have to
higher
know
than
it.
you.
Know what? You're butt ugly. Gain another point.
I can speak Sylvan. All right,
Actually,
cool.
I'm not butt ugly. I'm just average. 10.
Compared to the Fae
You're ugly.
of the Sealing Council,
Right.
10. That's.
well, charismatic is not exactly like,
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
yeah,
looks.
that's true. Christmas, not beauty.
But if you go to the
Seen your picture in the intro?
He's ugly based on your standards.
Yeah.
and based off the Sealy Council standards, you are butt ugly. They won't speak to you.
Which is kind of a good thing.
Portal bitches, though, they're all about that shell.
Oh, yeah. Grunt that shell, man.
We're not talking about Grunted the Half Shell nor Warbling the Turtle. We do not warble the turtle.
We girdle the turtle.
I think you can in Europe.
I believe that's everything that should be applicable.
Extra.
Usually the context.
That is everything that I believe is applicable. Is there anything that you guys want to bring up that might affect your score?
Oh. Our destruction of multiple universes.
I was just... How
Yeah,
long?
but
How long has the Raven Queen been in residence here?
oh,
Make a history check or a religion check. Your
Well,
choice.
it's
much better.
more his. What? No.
I love what you've done with the place.
Right? That's a 27 history check.
Charisma-based spellcasters would get one or something like that. But
27. And did I not put it on here? No, I should have.
I mean, I would say
Ballpark
that.
it. Was it more than 900 years?
No, I was looking for something else. Sorry. I'll look for it later.
I'm not real specific.
So,
with the
You got 27? Mm-hmm. more than 1,000 years. She was already in. Well, time can be a little weird in the Shadowfell, and you're already aware of that. However, in the material plane, on the sitting standards of where you were, yes, most definitely, she was a thing before you hatched. Now, her rumored power level probably went up over the course of the time, and she was regarded as a mortal at that time, though a very powerful mortal. But at the same time, I mean, she wasn't a mortal at that time.
All right.
When you got hatched, she wasn't a mortal at that time. But there was definitely more rumors than there are now on her upbringing. Anything else?
Well, okay. Yeah, well, I've got the fake creature things. I don't know if that's anything.
You've already been torturing them. That gained you a point.
Yeah, okay. It was God. Yeah, that's it. I don't have anything.
I have an additional patron, and I'm in the realm of this god.
Additional. Oh. Add 3 points.
Okay. I honestly thought that was going to take it down, but sweet.
Yeah, strangely enough, that would add points to you.
Sure. I'm not arguing.
All right.
Okay.
Charles
Into
is
the door.
housebroken.
Okay, well, sorry.
Charles is housebroken.
Unfortunately, that
Okay,
is more of
worth
a
a shot.
servant training thing.
No, that's why he loses a point.
I had to kill my father.
Yes, but they don't know that.
Unfortunately, that's outside the domain.
Really?
It's
He
not-
hasn't said it in the last 10 minutes?
Okay,
Haven't.
these status bonuses. Those of 0 to 5. Raise your hand.
Hi, how's it going?
Charles.
That's all.
Okay, so pretty much all you guys. You are of servant category. You are above invisible. Congratulations.
I would have liked being invisible.
Sorry, who has 0 and lower?
None of us.
None of us has 0.
Even with the minus 15?
You gave me a minus 15?
Yeah, for being...
Oh, then I'm at negative 12.
Invisible.
You said the pixie had I didn't realize that was me, too. You said members of the Sealy Court.
Member... Oh, true, you're not truly a member of the Sealy Coin. Okay, you're right.
I'm allied with the Sealy
You're
Court.
allied with the Sealy Court.
And I've taken 2 off.
So I'm going to say minus 3.
Okay, that puts
Is that on top of the
What's your
minus
one?
2, or is that an additional minus 1?
You gave me minus 2 because of that.
Numbers.
No, you minus 2 because you were handsome? No.
Numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
All right, if you were to lose 3 more, would it change
It
anything?
would put me at 0.
Great,
We'll
you're
leave it
still
at
0 to
it.
5.
We'll leave it at it. I'm sorry.
I'm fine being invisible. I really don't care. I would rather they not know what I'm doing.
You're at your current level.
Okay.
The Pixie, on the other side, definitely a member of the Sealy Council. She's minus 15.
Yeah, that was
and-
my interpretation. Was she's the minus 15?
Yeah,
so she's
true,
hiding
and
somewhere
you're right.
in the small of my back, inside my cloak. I just occasionally drop a marshmallow down the back of my shirt.
Yeah, there's a... And it's like crawling up your back and just like, right up the spine. So it's like, as it moves around, as a marshmallow drops
Next
down.
one, I
a little.
drop a little further to the left.
Yeah, there we go. All right, congratulations. Those. What is your points?
25.
25. You have advantage for everyone that is below your station, which is currently
Everyone?
Against,
Well,
against everyone?
25. Wow.
respectable.
Advantage against respectable and lower?
Yes.
Okay.
So you have advantage for barely acknowledged, mostly invisible, and invisible.
Okay. Advantage on what?
All charisma checks.
Okay.
Social roll.
Additionally, you gain additional sorcery points.
I'm listening.
5 sorcery points for the level you're at.
3, 4, 5. Thank fuckadoodle.
Double checking. +5. Yep, that's pretty much it. Okay. And the last thing is, as you are entering, the shadow overtakes your senses. You cannot see anything, hear anything, except for the crowing of cause. Crowings of cause. Cawing of
crows.
ravens and crows. But most ravens.
Right.
Being a person that you know this kind of situation, being in the Fortress of Memories,
Sure.
if you have been here before and have been here for a considerable amount of time, you as an individual can shift where you're going to land when you first enter the domain of the Raven Queen, being the place of memories, that has or is tied to a powerful memory inside of you.
Okay.
Is there anywhere specific that you would like to go that has a strong memory?
Do I have a strong memory near where I know I need to go? We didn't exactly articulate.
No, we didn't. Make an intelligence check.
No?
Fine, you just don't know.
Well, with the 3...
Can I make an opposing one? We end up in the larder. I need a sandwich. Maybe a bottle of wine.
Is there anywhere else you would like to go?
Okay, so I know the path, and I know that there isn't a place near there.
Let me clarify. You know that you've traveled the path before.
That's...
But
I
you
don't understand the distinction.
Meaning that you don't remember the path. But the vision says that you've a path that you have traveled before, saying that you've one or another time have done it in the past, but you don't have any recollection of it.
That is different than how I interpreted this. I guess my research lab then.
Understood. That is easy enough to do. You spend
Sure.
many of times there.
We're going into a room that has Sorrowsworn Be Chill.
Oh, we've met that before. We've met those before. Have no.
Don't hit them.
Wait, you haven't.
Don't
Right.
hit them.
They have big. They want to.
Don't hit them.
I know. That's what I'm telling him, so he doesn't hit them.
As you pass the doorway
It's
and
a-
you find yourself
They're a big, ugly mouth.
finding a dark door, heavily barred with metal, and it looks like it has a slide porthole open that is metal grated entirely. And the door automatically opens with your presence as your bodies are just forcibly pushed in, guided by a cold vicious. I can't say the word.
Viscous?
Not viscous.
Visage.
Thank you.
An image.
My tongue was
person,
betraying me.
a visage.
I do need to grab one thing real quick. Please excuse me.
It's a.
It exists, okay?
It's a visage, it's a face.
There it is.
A vestige.
No.
An appendage.
Niquis, why did we come out of the closet?
As you
It's
open,
about time.
as you
God,
step
the
forward
streaks in your hair, you think
into
you're-
a room, would you like to describe this room since it was yours, or shall I begin?
I'd rather describe what's in it. You can...
Very well. You find yourself in a rather functional rectangular room that is long and about 30 feet wide, but a lot of desk chemistry and working platforms that are, somewhat clean, some better than others, that is very narrow in its path, meant for more slender individuals to walk in between, that has various drawers, cabinets, and racks full of jars, liquids, and things inside that can be various different types of organic material of either food or body parts and the like that maybe have disintegrated over time. As
Although
you
the
can-
labeling is inconsistent. Food, not food, food.
Something that's very clearly goop is labeled food.
But I realized that when she left us, she was an emo teenage girl. So there's midnight posters on the wall, and the device is still playing My Alchemical Romance.
Yo! I was an emo grad student. Thank you.
Oh, I get it. ACT. Yeah, I see that. Now.
And under some of the containers and whatnot, there's a series of cages, and there are 2 active residents. One of them is my thesis project, and it appears to be like there's a large red creature. It kind of looks like someone's skinned, and they're just continuously leaking blood out of their eyes, holding a very, very small thing that they angle towards you, which shrieks out anguish and is contained within the cage. The label says "A Mother's Heartbreak," and that's... Yep.
Update the
Very good.
board to 9.
Fennec is just looking. He's got a glass jar, it says food on it, over. He's scooping coop at it.
What?
Of the various platforms, working platforms, that has various scrollings of work, paperwork, and doodles and stuff like that, there is one that is currently in use.
Sure.
With a levitated body that has, well, apparently now, towards your attention, various chains of steel or natural darker metal materials. One of them or 2 of them might be iron. Probably not too many of them, of course, that have been dangled from the ceiling and is currently pierced in various different parts of the body on a skin of a humanoid, as far as you can tell, with its back opened up entirely and its spine halfway out of its body, with some of its lower body parts that have been severed from the elbow.
They
And
did
the
that
kneecap.
wrong. They did that wrong.
That's something inside.
They did that wrong.
Did what one wrong?
I'm not sure I could foresee a right way for that to be happening.
I am slowly loading my single
Yes.
cold iron round into my...
You don't want to
Reference
waste
piece.
that on that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... When I need it.
Does this?
So, we need to find, hey, the vision where there was the heart contained in the... We need to figure out where to go from here. Because this is where I spent all my time. And we're going from here.
Roll a perception check, Niquis, being in your domain after a while.
I don't want to touch anything in here.
Good.
You should have.
That is... Where the fuck is perception? There it is. Oh, and I'm rolling this straight because you gave advantage. Yaha! I'm good. The dust ain't fucking with me. So that makes that a 19.
19. Several things that you notice. One, there's a lot of paper everywhere. This place has
They
been
touched my stuff.
Yep, it's been ransacked. You see various drawers open. You see the areas that contain a lot of papers and ideas and just, data storage. That is pretty much tossed over and opened all the drawers, and many of the papers have been spewed all over the place. The various papers that you see on the floor are nothing really to go by. It's more just harebrained schemes that you might chase, you might not chase, but at the same time, any of importance has most certainly been ransacked, and your snack closet is currently open.
My what closet?
Your snack closet, where you kept all the live insectoids in order to have...
And a jar that said food on it.
Yes.
Sure. I'm gonna press to digitate a small wind that's going to pick up the papers and put it away, and I'm... and we should go. This is going to go badly for someone.
Like that one? I said point over to the skeleton thing.
It is a literal torso that has been opened up on the back.
What? Who or what is that?
I didn't build it. They did it wrong. What do you want?
They did. Who did what wrong?
Someone tried to follow my notes and they did it wrong.
Inside your head.
Oh, all right. So that's
Followed by
not you. You didn't do that.
messy...
No, I did that.
You,
The heart.
I don't know that that's better.
And you did to the one woman in the cage with the screaming sorrow thingy? Is that what you're talking about?
The thing I'm pointing at, yes, I created a mother's grief.
All right, that's not your mom then.
It's
All right.
probably best not to think about it.
I've learned it's better to not ask questions in the Shadowfell.
All right. Well, let's just. All right. We'll leave.
The answers we get, we don't understand anyway.
Why are you?
Explained what I
What
do.
are you?
And here I was worried that I may have forgotten a
Oh,
batch
here.
of kombucha
And
in my dorm room at the academy.
I grab like a little jar and I twist it off, and it's like giant insect legs that you dip in the goop.
This is much better.
Remember
There's a slam on the cage. As your thesis project has gone a little closer, Vanek, not realizing he's a little close.
I mean, it's magically sealed.
Oh yeah, it's massively sealed, but it's also.
Do we have
food.
enough time to? You're a genius.
Yes, I know.
Do we have enough time to sit around and let me draw a circle on the ground?
How long does your circle take?
A couple minutes.
longer than it's going to take him to finish that batch of peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Can you draw while you eat?
Sure.
I saw the wheels turn.
So peanut butter on the circle.
Peanut butter.
I'm going to cast divination.
Understood. One moment.
It's protein. It's probably insects, but it's protein.
It sits in the center of the circle. It's got like a like a go-gurt, you know.
The last thing you realize is the second cage is empty. It was more of a experimental one. It didn't really end well. It did not become a SARS swarm, but it was a concept of. The best way to describe it is giving pleasure to the point it's painful, in terms of musical enlightenment. In terms of like that, it turned into a monstrosity. It was definitely not a SARS swarm, but you learned stuff from it.
It's like playing a sad song on the banjo. It's just not right.
Sure.
But you definitely realize that that one is missing and gone, and the cage is just open.
Okay.
In the process, you're casting divination as you're one hand preoccupied, so it takes a little longer.
You know, it's like an insect claw, like a spider leg, you know, gnawing on one end and using the other end as the tip to write it.
Brilliant.
After a minute, I like go and I get a thing and I hand it to you, and it's basically like Pocky, but insect leg and ooze.
While you're doing that for the next 10, 12 minutes, because it's taking a little longer,
Farces.
is there anything you guys would like to do, or Niquis?
I've never felt this before. My stomach is actually not feeling well.
The thing that they made that they didn't do well.
That is currently held up by the various chains, skin
Yeah, sure.
pulled apart. Yeah.
Vivisected. That's the word I've been looking for.
Is there any indication, and I'm going to inquire because you also magic and he's busy, check for traps around it? Like anything like magical...
I can do that. I will do that.
No. No. You're not touching anything. We're looking for magic. We're looking for magic. We're looking... No.
Looking. You
No.
said looking. Look. That doesn't mean touch. It's
Don't-
called
I
looking,
don't-
not touching.
In the middle of the lab. Don't touch anything.
12. 12 for Arcana.
How would you like that roll? Do you want
Meanwhile, you see Spark trying to gain closer near it with 12 Arcana. And he places his hand, while he's looking, he directly places his hand on the working place at the same time. And there's a small little black circlet that kind of levitates and dissipates around it.
Can I roll our
That one!
That was
Sure, Arcana.
15.
I trusted you. And you touched something. Middle of the room. Middle of the room.
It's shadow magic. It's not your expertise, so it could be a number of
It's all
things.
right. I didn't even touch anything, and I'm in the middle of the room.
I
Hey,
need an offering.
it's alright. Vedek, you finished? No. Continue.
I need an offering. I need what looks expensive?
What looks expensive?
Yeah.
You need something expensive? Define.
Some of them's got like a gemstone in it.
I go and I rattle open a drawer and I toss you like a memory crystal that if you look at it, you start like perceiving memory in it. And
Perfect.
okay.
All right, what do you want to
If
know?
any of you look too close, you see a woman scream in her final moments of death.
Not looking.
I assume.
I'm purposely failing my perception checks.
Oh yeah, I assumed you were like, I assumed you were like, no traps. And
So Vedic is levitating in an arcane circle, scribbled out on the lab floor in goo and paste.
Now seeing the under parts of the actual platforms that are the workspaces, you notice that's like there's long bodies of insectoid-like creatures that have curled up underneath the actual darker parts of the workspaces that you're just like, oh.
That's weird. What question do we want? What do you want to know? Make it quick.
what is the path to get to the Lord of Bitterfrost Heart?
And put it in the memory crystal.
Understood. As you begin
And that is
casting,
a good crystal.
Yes,
Like,
it
that
is.
was a couple weeks of negotiation to get crystal.
and you're casting specifically divination.
Yeah. I get one question, and you DM offers a truthful reply, short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
One moment.
Oh, money.
I just realized that with a 13% performance roll, I could play a sad song on a banjo. Or a happy song on the bagpipes.
I saw one the other day. This girl played "Through the Fire and the Flames"
Okay.
on the
I
bagpipes.
saw that too.
Oh,
Have you seen the guy doing Thunderstruck on the bagpipes?
Why can I not
Yes.
spell deviation? Divination.
divination. Do you want it? I've got it.
There we go. Finally found it. Ugh, I can't spell.
I have used more divination magic in this campaign than I think I've ever in any other, like in all of my other years of playing combined. Like, you never fucking cast divination. You never.
As you begin casting and finish the ritual casting of divination in the Palace of Memories, you feel something pull at the base of your neck as your eyes are closed, beginning to imbue the crystal with what you want. And you hear flutter of wings and a call of a raven. And your hands grasping the crystal. I want you to make a... No. Let's give it one shot. And you hear a echoing voice. Mortals should never tug what they cannot see. And you feel your spell hit a physical barrier, but you feel like you can push through if needed.
Oh yeah, absolutely no. Please, like mortals should never. Who the hell are you talking to?
Roll a Arcana or your spell modifier, I should say.
Please, do you know who the hell you're? Which do you want? 'Cause one of us-
Let's do a spell modifier. So D20 plus your spell attack bonus.
I've been told what to do for 400 years. I do not need to be told another 900.
spell attack.
Nice.
This game's for you.
29.
29. As you officially push back beyond,
Oh. Wow.
No.
What did you...
16,
plus your spell attack bonus.
which is 13.
Oh shit!
I'm good at this.
Yes, you are. And I forgot that you've had
Who
your
are you
mind.
talking to?
As you just, with the arrogance of you,
Right.
just like kind of mentally flip the bird to the raven as you just,
I flip the raven to the bird.
as you just go and just go right through that arcane wall.
Okay, so I hear this sinister voice, the cawing of ravens, and immortals, and all she hears in return, if she hears anything at all, is that snicker.
What was your answer again? What was your question again?
She wants to know the route to.
What is the path to the...
Heart of the Lord of Bitterfrost.
you get a little bit of the recap of what you got last time. The path that you are seeking is a path that has been traveled before, but yet forgotten. And that's when it ends. As you feel the crystal begin to move in your hand, you feel something wrap around your arm, go up your chest, and everyone around you sees, kind of just evaporates from the ether, a long-bodied, semi-ethereal purple worm that has already wrapped itself around this golden cobalt that is currently holding where the crystal was, and still is, but this purple worm, insectoid-like creature, with many spindly legs across its body and bulbous body, where its mouth would be, opens up entirely to a perfectly purpose circle as it turns around and just, as you hear, then you do not need your sight anymore.
Do I recognize it?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment.
Shoot the worm.
Luckily, I have a thing of blind sight.
I cast fist.
We'll get that in a moment, guys. It's already, it's already happened.
Yeah.
I was told not to leave the center of the room. Fuck.
That doesn't solve anything. It's gonna be on
Are
Manhattan.
you in the center of the room too?
No, I
Well,
wasn't.
then stop playing.
25?
29.
29? No reaction?
What do you mean?
Because it's getting a surprise attack on you.
Oh, my armor class?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 18.
Okay, sorry. To hit, yeah. Then you'd automatically take 26 points of slashing damage,
Woohoo!
11 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
So, flat.
Sorry, at charisma saving throw.
So,
Alright, how much damage am I taking?
Minimal.
37.
Question.
not much. How much
I
damage
have
am I
this fun
taking?
little spell called Silvery Barbs, which makes him make that attack roll at disadvantage, and it casts as a reaction.
In that case,
Can I use that?
yes. However, the first roll that he did was the same roll. Because he rolled lower on the second one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, he would still say it, unfortunately.
What's that? He would still hit?
Yes.
That's the word.
Yeah, he would still hit.
Okay.
I mean, I can roll again if you want.
If I'm
Because technically I rolled with advantage and then you said that already. And
yeah, because you were rolling looking for the higher one. So I'll burn spell slots, make him roll disadvantage,
Okay.
hoping for a low roll, and then I will grant him advantage with the same spell.
Okay. So he rolled a natural 18 this time.
It's one thing.
So he rolled higher this time.
Okay. So
Yeah.
still
So it still hits.
So
Does a
double.
21 save?
It does. So as this thing latches onto you, you feel your metaphysical and soul being drawn into it as it starts to pull your entire being out of your body. As everyone around you begins to see almost like an illusionary Vedic be pulled out of the parts of his eyes as his worm just clamps on and begins to pull out of the face of this creature, his eyes going black and almost like a skull.
Fun,
As his eyes have completely disappeared.
fun question. Does it look like me?
It looked like a draconic figure.
Alright, we'll go with that.
It's not all the way out, but it definitely latched on as Vedek just automatically begins to scream because something just bit your face.
Okay.
All right, so everyone roll initiative on who's gonna do what.
That's not normal.
Do I recognize it?
Roll a history.
This die is really nice.
Mine's all over.
19.
19? Oh yeah, this is a Fate Eater. Especially when when you have the Raven Queen that deals with fate.
Mm-hmm.
If someone is trying to divulge additional information on what's going to be happening towards the fate and also where in terms of divination, a lot of times the Raven Queen without her blessing is not going to like it.
Okay, why would I have let him cast divination if I knew about this?
Well, no one really next to you would cast such a thing, and it's just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Alright.
Shit, I forgot about that.
got our
Initiative, yeah.
initiative.
20 to 25.
28.
28.
Damn.
21.
21.
28. You rolled an actual 20, didn't you?
Sorry, I didn't hear the under 27.
Yeah, David kind of skipped there because he's ready.
18.
18.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
20 to 15.
18.
18.
Do you want to go first?
Not much I can do. Sure, I'll go first.
Okay.
At least then you can plan after what I do.
Yeah.
Why did the casters usually go last?
Casters usually want to go first because they get buffs and stuff off.
15 to 10.
10.
Okay.
But I have a lot of things that I can trigger on other people's turns. So
It's another way to kind of skip your initiative and just do it on people's turns.
Vedic, it is your turn.
Your face is being eaten by a ethereal purple worm.
It has not completed what it needs to complete, though it is in the process of trying to pull you out of your body.
You want it? Take it!
Okay.
Okay, summon Draconic Spirit. And I'm
Okay.
using my 7th level spell set.
Okay.
Wow.
Take it!
So how you, in terms of all right, are you just like trying to shoot it into the freaking worm?
No, I'm summoning this thing, but I imagine the thing that, I have this headcanon that the thing it's pulling on suddenly comes free, and it's much bigger than it was supposed to.
You know what? Roll a d4. High or low?
it's going for that scene in Dark Phoenix. Like, you want my power? Take it.
Yeah, pretty
Bring
much.
on.
I rolled a 1.
Well, you didn't say high or low.
Okay, high.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
It's high. So that means it's on your draconic spirit thing.
Sucker. Okay.
Literally.
Yeah, if it's a face sucker.
And this thing it's long. It's about 8 feet long in terms of tail to snout. And now that you look at it, this purple ethereal worm that has a slick body to it that seems to coil around the draconic individual, immediately trying to collapse its wings now that it's expanding, but still grabbing onto the draconic face of your spiritual being. Not spiritual being, but your arcane prowess.
That's probably not a good idea for that worm, honestly. So that's my turn. That's me. It gets to go. I should assume it goes next.
Your
The Draco Worm, yeah.
yes, it does.
Okay. It's gonna try and rend the shit out of this thing.
Okay. It's not currently grappling or anything. It was just doing its thing. So you can attack freely.
Okay. Okay. Give me a sec.
Yeah, so I did it correct.
The lowest one was 19.
19? All of them hit.
Okay. 1d6 plus 4 plus 7. So it's plus 11. 12, 15, and 13. So 12, 15, and 13. It's
39.
39? Okay, 39 damage.
39 damage.
Wait, is that right? 12, 15, and 13? That doesn't sound right.
25. It's 39.
12, 15, and 13?
Yeah.
It's 18 plus 12.
And it
12,
makes 40.
30. No, wait.
40.
God.
It's
Right.
40. It's 5, 3, 2, and then there's 3 10.
Yeah. It's 40. Sorry.
Math. 40. Right. At initiative 23, it goes. Unless you have anything else.
It was a calculated risk, but man, am I bad at math.
That is a question. Does it go after you or the celestial or the arcane thing that you just cast? It's going to go after you, Vedic.
All right.
It's going to slither off and make another bite attack against you.
Okay.
Not an advantage, just straight up. Ooh, natural 19, so that's going to be a 26. There we go.
Roll it again.
Okay. Natural 5, so that's going to be a no.
Much better.
Yeah.
Someone use that.
Ek, it is your turn. It's currently still in front of Vedek. Though its speed is lumbering.
How far? I'm in the center.
You're right next to it.
Right next to it. I figured I was close, right? All right.
Yeah.
Or
you can be right next to it if
You were
you
doing
want.
this circle near it, so or near the center of the room. But this is you know what? You ate the weird pudding. You made a freaking circle, and look what happened. You've got tapeworms, and I am pulling out chance and.
Okay.
I don't want to use another. Oh man, I'm not gonna rage.
Okay. But you can still whack it.
Yep. I'm gonna go.
Neither the time nor the place.
I'm going reckless great weapon master.
Okay. So roll with advantage.
$19, 20, and 30 to hit.
Hits. Roll your damage.
It is 2d6. We're not alone, so I don't get gambler. Or I don't get sluggers. Well, it's 1d12. I'm sorry. It's 1d12 plus 2d6 lightning. 17 plus 10 for my strength. So no, plus 13. I'm sorry. So 13, 17 plus 13, 27.
27?
30.
30. That's without rage, right?
Correct.
Okay. First, meaty strike. Wham! Giving a nasty gash across his body, but as you bisect it, you think you completely bisect it entirely, but it seems to form through the blade. Now that you're on the floor, it's formed above your blade. And it's like, oh, well, it kind of forms through objects. Though it definitely took some sort of damage.
Without rage, sorry, knock 3 off. 27.
Okay.
My bad. Thanks for keeping me honest there.
It's just the arrows.
Second strike.
Second strike.
Reckless.
Great Weapon Master.
Nat 20.
The natural 20, buddy. You're good.
Alright. So we get another 2d6. I get an extra d12 damage die, right?
Yes, you do, because it's brutal crit. Just don't
Yep.
double that one.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, so I'm not doubling that one. Alright, so it's 2d6 plus 1d12. This is doubled. Okay, here's the doubled.
What's your AC?
18.
Oh, I rolled like crap.
Yeah, with
What is
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus. Okay, so it'd be 10 doubled, so that's 20. 30 points plus my brutal crit die. 41 points.
Now plus your strength.
That was with the plus 10 of my strength already. I rolled my die and doubled it, which was only 10, so
Okay.
it was 20. And then I added my strength and modifiers,
Okay,
which
so
was another
total.
10, so that would have been 30. And then I rolled my brutal crit die, no, not doubled, which would make it was an 11, so I made it to 41.
41. There you go.
Now,
It's looking hard.
there's lightning in there. I didn't. I would assume the lightning was
The
taking
lightning is taking effect.
Okay,
And that is also doubled.
correct. Oh, yes, correct. I did that. That's why I rolled poorly.
You choose.
And Goddamn. Bonus action. I can't do anything else here. Other than to try and get in front, in between it and that.
You did lightning damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you did the slugger strike.
No slugger strike because.
Roll it on the first one. Only on the first one.
But I'm not alone.
But you had advantage
I did.
because you went reckless.
You're right. Sorry about that. Thank you.
No.
Double sixes. That's 12 more
Jeez.
damage.
Worth it.
It's looking beat up after taking such things, but you know it's not meant to survive. So, Quinn, followed by Sparks.
Go ahead, Sparks.
Okay.
Okay, Sparks,
Chop, chop, chop.
go ahead. You're probably going to take care of it.
Cool.
I just did like 90 points of damage.
18.
Hits,
Chop that purple worm.
23.
hits,
29.
no.
I like the new die. It's rated one for me
Like, I
today.
keep trying to like rein it in because I know
You're in the center seat of the airplane.
I know I have a tendency to change my.
Sorry, it's one aisle. But it's,
Aisle seat gets the extra leg room. Middle seat gets 2 armrests. This is the deal.
If you're under a certain width, that appears to not be true based on my experience.
See, what I found is if someone's fighting me for the armrest, you go.
Nice.
He doesn't care.
Oh.
I got too much hair on mine, so you get about halfway before I get the time to get back.
Hangs up in there.
like a hairball.
If it's a
Boy,
if it's a stranger, they're
just
like,
how much math are you doing
just
here?
hold their hand.
That's going to be 68 points of slashing.
Name its end.
I'm just
I'm
going
gonna call this one Charles. And I'm gonna call
Segment.
that one.
Segment. Segment.
I use segment 3 times. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Very much almost like cooking like sushi at a sushi parlor. And there's 3 pieces. And it kind of wiggles for a half moment, and as the last part of it kind of moves forward.
Don't
How long does your
drink
chronic
the
spirit
soup.
last?
What?
How long does your thing
An
last?
hour. It's here for a while.
And you get
What's
the
that?
rest of the vision.
Okay.
What the hell is that?
Alright.
Meanwhile,
Though you do get -1 point. Actually, you gain a point in reputation.
defying,
I can live with that.
Define a god.
defy God and live.
Wait,
I should have so many more
I should,
points.
I should have so many points. I'm the type of guy sitting on the top of a mountain in a rainstorm shouting, "All gods be damned." Wet copper armor in front of
Just ass getting me struck by lightning.
Now that's a backstory.
I am going to cure wounds myself.
Understood.
In a bad way.
The rest of the vision, you do not get a path, and you know right off the bat, due to your specialties and your capabilities and stuff like that, this place, the Ice Heart, is blocked by divination means, which is very normal, especially when it's a place of incredible importance to someone. But the phrase, a path traveled but yet forgotten, sealed and attempted erase. Journey within to find the course is what you get.
Alright, so Vedic stands up. Okay.
Did
yeah.
you get all of that?
I did not.
Okay. Can you?
I'll try and reiterate again. From the beginning, you do not get a direct path of like, oh yeah, turn here, turn here, turn here, and stuff like that, because it's protected by divination means. And that's very common because it's a place of incredible importance to someone, especially for a Fey Lord, or Shadowfell Lord, whatever, it doesn't surprise you that you don't get a, like, here it is in the building. But you know it's in the building. And you get the same thing of...
There's a path traveled, yet forgotten.
A path traveled, yet forgotten, sealed and attempted to destroy.
Sealed and attempted to destroy?
Sealed and attempted... Yeah.
Okay.
Search within to find the path.
And I think it was something about the path
We opened
previously
somebody up
traveled. I
again.
think it was path previously traveled yet forgotten. I think there was the previously.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vedic gets up and like, oh god. Ow.
Don't drink the soup.
Nothing
And
to
back
do with the soup.
Okay, it's just...
It's also not soup.
Vedic takes and like begins to glow with golden holy radiance. It's like it wounds knit back together. Oh god.
That's weird for a wizard.
It's the crystal.
And that's when I hand you a
Thank
little
you.
tankard of ale.
Put it back in the
Back
drawer.
18 hit points.
With the various other crystals that kind of moan as soon as you open it.
Now I have a
so
pet. Like, get on the back of this spectral dragon.
So, where did that come from?
Me,
It's you?
in a way.
It's how he sees
How long does
himself.
this thing stick around?
A little while.
Please tell me it lasts longer than a day.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't.
But if it freezes, you have to beat it into.
So, where are we going?
It doesn't.
I mean,
die.
based on this, probably my brain.
What?
Can we do that?
We must have the brain on the table.
What's all this is she the one crap? Take his brain!
It says the path is forgotten and sealed and attempted to destroy. Search within to find the path. Well, if the path is forgotten and you have to search within, then you have to go in the brain to find the path. Like, it's a memory.
So we have to do what we did with Ek.
My mind to your mind. My thoughts to your thoughts.
Didn't we do that already?
Yes, that was how I found you all goofed and stuck to each other.
How do we do that?
Interrupting my coffee.
Wait, you're the one that did. How do we get in your head?
I mean, we could use the lullaby thing.
But you have to control it. Who's going to control it?
Quinn. Quinn is going to control it. I will not let any of the rest of you do so.
I don't want to. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't want to do it. It's magic. I don't want to deal with magic.
At the moment, Quinn is like, I'm touched that you have such confidence in. Oh.
It's not one of your options.
You, Vedic, Charles, those are the times.
And then it's currently like jumping at the jar that you're holding up over his head. Like, come on, give it back.
This is a jar that summons purple worms. You don't eat it.
That's not how that
I
works.
swear to God.
I don't understand Arcana, but I know that's not how that works.
I just pick up another random jar of food stuff. Like, no, just put this one with it and it'll keep them away.
Roll insight. Roll deception.
You fail.
There's no way.
You fool!
It would be, strange, like severed limbs and various body parts that are in
So
jars.
there is something that is like just of eyes.
Perfect.
Yeah, but the thing is,
The jar of eyes.
occasionally they blink. You're not sure where the eyelids are coming from, but occasionally they blink.
I actually do have that in my notes. Which is perfect. I love it.
You roll an 18, I roll a 15, and you have 18 plus on your phone.
He has to critically fail, and you have to critically succeed for it to work.
Plus 17. So that
I have a
is
plus 0, so
33.
Okay, fine. All right, good.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you.
mix those in there, and you're good.
Miss them?
Yeah, mix them together. You stir them up. You can use your hands, it's safe.
It's like chocolate and peanut butter, I hope.
It's like
I'm
peanut butter
still
and
gonna
jelly.
eat it, but I want to know.
It's peanut butter and jelly, so that's eye jelly.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, taint butter and
Peanut butter.
This
and
makes
butter.
sense.
So heck.
taint butter and
Got
eye
it.
There's
jelly.
jelly in your
jars
eyes. It
available.
works great on
Taint
toast.
butter and eye jelly. Nice. Okay, are they the same size?
I'm putting a bowl underneath.
I'm going to try and
Oh God! Thank you.
I'm going to try and set them together and do the whole.
Maybe go everywhere. Dex check.
I said talk before he shook.
Standing on the other side.
I mean, you're tempting. You're tempting.
She reaches to grab something and hold it up. She picks up Venom.
Please tell me something. That one. That one. That one. So,
Venom soaring through the air.
as you're in the process of doing that, you slide to one side for both jars. Is it too much? So it goes across you, across the
He
floor.
does this, and he starts shaking it, but he doesn't realize that he's just holding them side by
That's exactly what I'm trying to describe here. So it's like this.
Yeah.
So as he's doing this, so it goes across your chest, over your head, on the floor, across the table, a little bit across the Niquis and Sparks.
And then there's a bass
Prestidigitate.
Like as the smell just hits you of just not lobotomized, but just yes,
Is that what they're called?
Discriminate, but
Is that what they're called? Lobotomized?
lobotomized eyes. Yeah.
the goo that it's in. Can we say that it constitutes water enough that I can shape stuff into his mouth?
Yes, it's a liquid.
Put it back in the jar. And that's
The eyes are still now that the eyes are on the floor. They're kind of hopping. Followed by you feel something slither up your leg as something crawls its way out in a super speed. It's now smelling the fresh food on the floor as you see a long 10-foot insectoid with thousands of legs go on the floor and up your body and try to eat one of the eyeballs off his shoulder, but is also gonna.
Also, mage handing eyeballs into his jar so that way he's
a
got
It's
a
a
solid
process.
base.
There's a lot of
There's
eyeballs.
easily like
I'm gonna
25 eyes on the
go
floor.
for that scene from Predator when he gets the scorpion off the guy's back with just like my hunting knife. Like, I got this.
And of course I go.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about right. So it's like currently eating off the carapace of your shoulder, which is the actual
fun.
shell of your back.
Heck, you made a friend.
Alright, yes. See? This was good. It actually no longer summons purple worms. It summons friendly light worms.
10 foot long.
Oh, well, that's not.
That's not very small.
No.
No, that's not. That's not.
Currently just eating off your shoulder. It's going to roll again. Currently eating off your shoulder,
Good. See?
going into one of your pats, stopping in one area.
No.
Please roll handle
No.
animal to befriend this thing.
You need a mount.
Fennec will open up a jar, pull out a toothpick, hand it to you, like pick up an eyeball. Take guidance.
Roll animal handling.
With guidance.
You get a befriend a 10-foot millipede.
0.
I got it! Light speeds!
You get to add a d4.
Hey, you got this. Have another D8.
You get to add a d4 and a d8.
That's a lot of bonuses.
I could have sworn I had an animal handling skill, but apparently I don't.
0.
I don't. Okay.
You said no because it's one of your mental skills, so
Yeah.
it's not physical.
We talked about that later on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm adding a D8.
But he does have
and a
advantage
what?
on it.
What?
You gave advantage on wisdom checks.
They disappeared as soon as I pulled the dragon.
Oh, suck.
This isn't wisdom anyway, is it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
wisdom
Oh,
based, but it's
well.
not a save. It's a.
All right. Here we
It
go.
could have been any wisdom roll.
He said wisdom roll.
Shit. 17.
17?
That's a solid, respectable roll.
Yeah, it is.
I rolled a 7 and then I got 10. I got more points in value from you guys.
With
Not everything
emotional
requires
support
a
from
30.
your various individuals helping you. This insectoid, known as a rageapede,
You have
Ragapede, it's meant for me.
as it comes over, it stops and it comes over with its mandibles full of various meats that it definitely found in your cooler stack. Goes over and takes the
It
eye,
was going bad anyway.
and then kind of goes back into your patch, now kind of forming a bandolier of just insectoids across your chest that is going back towards this stack of food in the back.
But he's only about that big around, though, right?
Yes, that's still a lot of
I know.
insect.
Oh yeah, I know, but
Yeah, that's nightmare fuel. Let's be honest.
I mean, he's really round. It only
Yeah.
loops
Natural
1.5.
one. So every now and again you feel a pinch, but it doesn't even get past the surface layer. So it's like
That's
occasionally.
good. No, that's not food yet.
Yeah. So its eyesight is not really good.
Just wait till he gets to the tender bits.
Go and roll another animal handling check for another 3 times, and I'm going to roll more attack to see if it
all right,
ever.
okay.
Now it's just the naked 20. You gotta-
Nope.
you gotta
And
do your-
last time.
So 3 times.
Jesus Christ.
I can continue to get. I can give you guidance all day. So take the D4.
Okay.
Like I will just hand you eyeballs
Can
and
I
keep things.
roll animal handling to give him advantage?
Yeah.
You
No,
can
you can
assist him
just
with this.
say you're helping. You don't have to roll
Okay,
shit.
I'm going to assist him, and I am trained in animal handling.
As long as you don't try to take him off of him.
No.
Yeah.
And there's
So-
no roll, just
So
Just
D20
give him advantage.
It's a
Just like
advantage
take out
D20.
your loot and play something spooky.
Advantage
on it.
D20, so I'm rolling 2 D20s, but I keep one D4.
Keep one D4.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get where'd my other D20 go? Hold on a second. Here we go. You know what? Let's just go this guy.
This is absolutely nuts. This was supposed to be a fight, right?
Well, I mean, it was supposed to be random things that it gradually whittle you down as the course goes
19.
on.
That's respectable.
That's
Technically,
first
this is
one's
your
19.
19? Alright.
Okay, first roll is 19.
This is one of the many insectoid-like creatures that was in
Okay,
your snack
now-
closet.
Sure.
I have the advantage again.
Yeah. So long as he's helping and so long as
Look,
I'm
no,
giving
no, you gotta
guidance.
stroke it on the
This is
thorax.
Three separate.
That wasn't the thorax.
Woo! I'm glad, guys, because that was a 1.
Which one's correct? They're all the same.
Right, this is a 15,
Okay. So,
and then one more, right?
yep.
I rolled a 1 on one of those guys.
Don't worry, it's been rolling a 1,
Let's go in.
Okay, and this is a 14.
a 14. My nose is going haywire. Ah, damn it.
He's just really insistent that the other thing is the thorax.
Yep, and it bites you a few more times, but again, it doesn't get past your natural portal shell. As it's going towards the various parts that it sees, it's like, oh! And it kind of moves on after that. But it doesn't seem any reaction is coming from you, so it's obvious. It's like, well, I can't hurt this thing. After the various 5 minutes of working with it, then 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, as you continue to feed it, it's eaten a lot of your supplies. And its head, with its 2 antennas, or 10 eyes,
that other worm.
the antennae come over. Sorry, its head rests on your shoulder area as it just kind of stops moving. And its antennas are just kind of occasionally whacking the side of your jaw. Kind of ticklish, almost making you want to sneeze. With its natural red carapace. Head.
Stay.
It comes over and bites one last time. Natural 2.
Oh wow! I'm getting lucky on that. All right. Well, we'll see
Just
how
a little
long.
nibbles.
We'll see how long this lasts.
Sure, but my chicken
Okay,
head is
congratulations.
And it's called a Rage of Pete. That's fucking.
I'm not
hilarious.
joking. It was called a rage
It's
of
a
Pete.
fucking called Rage of Pete.
Pet for you.
Fucking called Rage of Pete.
Small beastie.
All right. We'll see how long I can keep this thing because it's probably not very intelligent. Intelligence of
Match
1.
made in
Keep
heaven.
feeding it all of our kills.
Yep.
Keep it happy. Victims go on a rampage,
So-
killing or destroying everything on sight.
Yeah.
Well, this is a 3 foot long centipede. So is it 3 or 10?
10, because it's
Okay.
eaten a lot.
Okay. It's
So it's technically a medium-sized creature right now.
Okay.
Because it also ate all of its buddies. So,
I was gonna say my snack cupboard wasn't that well stocked. Look at me.
fair enough.
Ooh, yeah.
But someone did kept it well stocked while you were
Yeah.
gone. So.
Well, I have. We'll see how long it behaves. If you have food scraps,
For the
I
prank,
suggest. And I start picking up the purple. It's a good idea. Put that in the freezer. I don't know if I can eat it, but
-1 point, +1 point. Because you got pranked by a fae.
oh man. I did for where?
From the guy next to you.
Like, yeah, just mix those together and keep the purple ones away.
But you're not a fae.
+1 for getting a servant.
Oh.
David?
+1 for what?
For gathering servant.
Oh, okay. Well, that means I'm flatlined. I just stay at 2. Because I went
You
One
went
up,
down,
one
one
down,
up.
one up. Yeah, one up, one down, one up, one down. I think. Yep. All right.
You got a pet.
We'll see how long it lasts. We just if
Worst
we
comes to
don't
worst,
feed
it's
it, we don't feed it all the what.
You got a pet. Way to go.
Worst
Yeah,
comes
if
to
we don't
worst.
feed it, it's gonna.
Wait till Etna here sees that thing.
Worst comes to worst. It's a snack for later.
Feed it to the snapping turtle.
It's a snack for later.
Oh, what'd you bring me?
All right.
String of a long note violin that gently turns into a violinist playing in the distance as you hear it coming through the cracked door of this room that looks like it goes into a hallway. Followed by, for many of you, hidden whispers.
I know that's
For you, you see a couple people walking past the doorway and back. Different entities.
Okay.
Some of humanoid stature, others definitely
pulling
not.
out the bagpipes.
Yeah. It's normal.
I hear whispers.
You hear Faye.
I do too.
You hear Faye. Alright, so we probably have a couple of options. One, we could use the music box that would involve you. Because not them. We could go to the Hall of Crystal Memory and see if there's anyone who's working there who would be willing to help. They're fairly low level, so I could probably order them to help still, in spite of everything.
Is there a way we can give you points?
What?
Is there a way
You have no
Is there
idea how to explain that.
Yeah,
no,
it's-
it's
we have
just-
no concept of the reputation.
Got it.
Yeah, the reputation is what other people perceive of us, not the reverse.
Well, whatever we do, I suggest we do it fast.
Yes, I'm
Customer
providing
base.
the options.
I like crystal memories.
Right, let's do that.
Because I think the box only lets one person in.
We're gonna
I'm
be
only
honest.
letting one of you in if that happens. I'm not letting you in my
It's
brain.
like,
I personally don't want to
Please, let me do it.
I personally don't want to go in there.
Being an expert
I
of this
really wanna go.
of that,
I know you think I'm all crazy right now, but I really like to volunteer.
shush. Being a person of this expertise in terms of mind and mindfuckery and also memory and stuff like that, this is your domain. You know this music box very much like Psychonauts. If you place the door on yourself, other people can join in on your acceptance.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be just one.
I think she's
I
saying
don't want.
she's old.
He's not allowed in my brain.
No mucking about.
No. No.
I don't want in
He
there.
touched the table. I don't trust him.
And you think I'm eating things now?
I don't want to go in there. I don't want in there.
What did you eat while you were in there? I don't know why. Because I can't smell anything.
I didn't say it was a good idea. I'm just saying it's an option.
Is there a way for me to put a lock? Like, only he can come in?
or
Oh no, that's gonna be exactly how this goes. Is the two of them gonna be sitting there in seance, the little thing between the events gonna go, oops.
maybe the crystal. Maybe the
I think maybe perhaps the Hall of Crystal Memories is a safer option.
Now, that does expose us to being seen and potentially reported on.
Is that a bad thing?
I'm trying to kill a member of the court.
Yeah, but no one likes him.
Yeah.
No one likes anyone here. That's not a matter of anything.
Okay, so why would they
Because
help
he's
us?
recently brought power to the fold. They don't recognize that it's from the outsiders. God, you're simple.
But you can order people around, right?
Ish. He's already declared that he's no longer my patron.
Okay, so we had
What
the
I'm
option-
saying is, we might run into someone who's higher authority than I am. Now,
And
they're
if you kill that person, do you get to take their authority?
almost certain.
Let's do it.
I see no problem with this.
What's the worst that could happen?
We all die.
I'm just looking at this as like
No, worse.
honor tokens, but like whoever delivers the death blow is the one that gets it. So like by some weird happenstance, like Ek ends up because he's the one that keeps
I am
delivering
the
the dead
king of
blow.
the fate.
I will personally murder him.
Yeah, because let's do it.
I will dominate
Follow
person
crystal
and
memory.
steal. Nope. All right, so crystal memory. That's where we're gonna go. I know exactly how to get there. If that's what we're
You
saying.
know how to interface
Yes.
in an area that is one of the more public areas to do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
used to
Your
work
public
there.
areas.
I
Go
literally
into her
would
head
get
one by
resources
one
from there. I
and
should.
look around inside her head manually.
Oh,
Or we
okay.
go to someplace else who can get us all into there at the same time.
Right. Sorry. Misremembering. You're right.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. Faye's weird, man.
Fairies, am I right?
This is not.
Right, how
This is
this
fake.
is the
I mean, not
Hall of
be
Crystal
your
Memory.
fay.
Is the Hall of Crystal Memory close?
Somewhat.
Our shenanigans
Walking
are cheeky
distance?
and fun. Your shenanigans are just tragic.
Your shenanigans are just as evil. They are just red instead of blue.
Yeah, cheeky and fun. Sad and
That's what he said.
cruel and tragic.
Look, it's pink. It doesn't matter that I
talking about
murdered 12 of
shenanigans?
them.
How do you think I got the pink?
Plus, it's ugly. It deserved to die. Anyway,
Anyways, onward to the Hall of Crystal Memory.
I'm bored. Let's start a war.
so marching order, please.
I've heard some
As you
about
open up the door and go
Front.
into the hallway.
Yes, let's go. Prickly
Alright.
Pete is getting
So first,
Front.
Second.
second,
Third.
third.
Prickly Pete and I are taking up the rear.
Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna be in
Fourth.
the rear.
Well,
One of y'all.
You go ahead.
Where's my little Draco Worm
Alright.
figure?
I'm a little more vigilant than you are.
that is a good question.
Do you really want to sell this servant?
Oh, it's
I
right
can be
here.
your confidant and carry you.
No, that's not it.
What?
Not
I
it.
can carry you on a pedestal.
No,
No, okay.
that's weird.
It got moved.
I'm technically a servant.
I'll use
I
this.
understand.
Yeah, sorry
but
about that.
I'm informing you. No, that's weird.
Gotcha.
Got
Right.
it.
So,
Solid notion. Just took a swing, didn't land.
of the different statures, Niquis, you can decide whether you see what they see, but they cannot choose whether what you see, because you are of a higher standard. And depending on your status, you can decide whether to see people of your rank or lower, if you so just decide to do so.
I want to be as vigilant as possible and see everything that I can possibly process at once.
Understood. We will start with what you see. Initially, as you enter this dark corridor hallway, that everyone has dark vision, thank goodness, otherwise you'd be bat blind. Putting on your...
Man, am I glad I kept that.
yes! Don't worry, we'll get into the
I
repercussions
technically
later.
I have not borrowed it more time than he required it because I'm going to come back the day before I needed to give it back.
That will be a conversation for later, yes.
Oh, it's bigger than that. So I was just looking. I remember we had another one. Please.
Yeah, it's,
What was all the time on me?
somewhere, unfortunately.
Don't worry about it.
I don't, yeah.
It's that big red one on the top, isn't it?
Yes, the big...
The really big
No,
one.
it's a really big red one.
A really big red one. That's okay. So that's about the right size. Damn.
It's huge.
But it's
Yes,
only
it is.
it's only large, right?
It's large. Isn't that large?
No, that's huge.
Alright, fuck it.
Okay, one size down.
It's a beautiful miniature. Don't
It
get
is
me
a
wrong.
really nice miniature. Alright, we'll use that.
Yeah,
It's a medium.
he's gonna punch you. Anyway,
He'll hurt his hand.
as you go into going into the corridor, you feel a visage of almost eyes watching you, immediate watching you. But when you look around, you see shadows moving, the walls shifting and turning, but yet staying where they're supposed to be. You see hallways that go down with various doors every now and again, with tables in the distance where intersections and crossroads happen, naturally. The decorum seems to be simple, yet usually solemnly nice. Drapes on the walls, paintings of strange entities, some humanoids, most of them not, many of them that turns your inner person in a way that is not quite something you want to deal with at the moment. Followed by the whispers, laughter, almost like rustle of fabric and fans flapping in the wind. Hearing of dining, music, and a violin playing. You guys don't see a lot apart from that. Though you do see a little bit as you pass by a corridor, as you're about to take a left hand with Niquis leading the way, past a table full of decorative herbs, spices, and what looks to be pastries. Strange combination. Along with long, round base bottles with a small little green goblin-looking person, but very much shriveled up and longer face with what looks to be a hairdo that kind of swirls in the air, that he's currently just holding one of these bars and just uncocks one, thunk, and looks at the rest of you as you pass by.
With that kind of party, I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potatoes.
You were waiting for that, weren't you?
I know better than to eat anything here.
As he pours a goblet of what looks to be rum or some sort of liqueur, he just kind of holds it out.
Got it.
No.
I wasn't going to. I was going to give it to Betty.
No.
I'm just gonna put the blinders on. We're just gonna focus on the
Can we get some of those
Niquis in front of me.
blinders for the
just the blinders. Just gonna put up the helmet just slightly so that I'll only see the feet of the person in front of me.
Were you in front of him? Or were you in front of him?
I'm 3.
You're
He's behind me.
It's the middle.
Okay, yeah, you're in the middle.
Can whoever's behind him just pick him up?
Okay.
The skips and click-clacks of small feet, almost tap dancing shoes, as you see a smaller humanoid, what looks to be a child girl, though copper in skin reflection, like almost polished brass. As she marches by, just doot, 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 big smile across her face, holding a plate of food, knocks on the door, speaks in Sylvan, but hushed tones as the door opens, as she doesn't step in, but gets gravitated in, and the door shuts. Followed by a... As you start to hear the sounds of a chicken. But where you see where the chicken is, cross down the corridor, where a door is open, coming out of the door itself, you see a chicken that has completely been plucked of all feathers, and as its lower body seems to swell, you notice that it's transparent, and you can see its intestines, you can see its lungs, you can see its heart still beating, as its head turns around, and it's just a solid, singular socket eye, which is a pinpoint, star at the center of it.
No.
Gone, chicken, chicken, gone.
No, Vedic, no. You don't get to eat it.
Why would I want to eat that? I have this. That's not going to bind you to a fey.
Niquis, in the transitional period of doing this,
Unless it already has.
the violin music has been getting louder, steadily, but not alarmingly, as far as you're aware. Of the various entities that pass by, you're seeing the same entities that they're seeing, but at the same time you're seeing other entities that clearly have much more higher rank than those that are of your servants, and it's clear that they don't see you guys as they're passing by. You see a feathered individual that is a humanoid individual, clad in armor, a round buckler shield, and what looks to be a curved rapier blade that has no shoes on, but has claw feet of a bird and a beak of a raven and black feathers of his hooded individual, followed by another individual that's more of a posh gentleman, dressed in fine robe clothings, very baggy around the arms, and is currently wearing a mask with his long fingered nailed tips, with a cane going by with...
You don't see this.
Is that the Raven Queen?
I thought it was the plucked bird back there.
Well, Well, you know, the gods are less powerful now.
See, that's the thing, is the smartass of Quinn. It's like, I would have thought the Raven Queen, when I saw that bird, it's like, I would have thought the Raven Queen would have been taller.
Followed by other entities that are less
Noteworthy.
noteworthy.
So
Onward to the Hall of Crystal Memory. Don't touch that wine, you're not drinking that.
Passing another corridor that has 4 statues at the corner in each room, along with tapestries that stir this weird emotions that you don't want to deal with at the moment. Unless you want to look deeply
Find this
into it.
tapestry stirring.
Along with these strange black statues, at least statues that you thought in the beginning, but then you start to hear drip, 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 as you notice that there are pools of ichor red liquids pooling at the base of them that has been spilling out of the crevices of these statues that have almost alienated long bodies that have their arms curved like as if they've been mummified at the corners of these statue rooms. As the violins play louder and louder to the point that you guys can hear them too. As performers, musicians come out of oblivion from the darkness of the crevices of the rooms, nearly abruptly so, playing music as they pass by with various traditional butler-like robes, male and female alike, all of them wearing a mask, but not like a mask that covered their face, but like a party mask made of various tapestries and feathers and extravagant looks as they begin playing various musics around you, as some of them pass you, give a slight nod, and then give a gesture towards you, almost putting its arms out to whoever wished to dance.
Dude, that is such a good idea. Just dig through the satchel, pull out a scroll. Disguise self.
Okay.
I now have a servant's robe, complete with mask.
You hear in the background as the other two, there's currently like 12 of them in the mix. You hear a couple almost like golf claps as the music picks up to almost a crescendo as they begin to waltz. So most of them by themselves, some of them in full, almost listening to the ground. As
I'm attempting to do
We
one
want to
like a
disrupt
bandolier
this.
thing going on with my I forgot his name already.
Prickly Pete.
Maurice.
Prickly Pete. That's right.
Blinders
Rage Pete?
down.
Reggie!
Reggie
Reggie the Rage Pete.
Reggie the Rage Pete.
a more stout individual, about 4 feet tall, actually probably 3 feet tall, 3.5 feet tall, looks of almost like a gnomish body, comes over, gives a playful little gesture, bow, and brings his arms out.
Not a chance in hell. Moving on.
He grabs your arms.
I immediately step in and take position with him and start dancing around the pair up. And
There's 3 of us.
Understood. So
I toss you the dog.
as your hands join with a much smaller Demeter,
Dance around him.
I want fun. Due to the hesitation, I need both Eck and Sparks to make a dexterity saving throw, as 2 of them immediately try to join in when there was a hesitation, followed by Quinn and Vedek. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw. Your arms are already locked with one of them, though much smaller in Demeter.
I thought she was
Mine?
scooping in on
I
Vedic.
scooped up him.
Oh, you scooped up him!
Yeah. I was gonna, like he grabs me and like all of a sudden lightning begins racing down
And
his
then
arm
I'm
and then
just
she
like,
just picks him up.
like they're like
In that case, make a dexterity saving
and
throw to
4?
grab him before he gets grabbed.
Okay.
So like they're 2 and 4, and like they both turn and look at me and I go, mm-mm. And I pull out my own lute and I just start being one of the minstrels.
There you go. Make a
Not dancing
performance
with any
check.
of you bitches.
Make a performance check.
It was either
Okay.
the lute or the bagpipes, and that was why I asked if we wanted to disrupt this, because I would come in and accompany with the bagpipes. Fuck your orchestra! That's a 1. Oh! It's a 14, but
Yeah, I know, but still.
My time.
You are not in your element.
It's 9.
It's a 9.
19.
I am finding out
19?
their
Yeah.
orchestra.
Alright, actually, I do have to
So
give you
we're
a
dancing together
roll.
then.
Yeah.
20. Natural 20.
Oh, modified 20.
That's just. Oh, damn it, my eyes. No, that's a 13. So,
The
I'm
two
going to say
heroes
you
are the
get
ones
it.
dancing the best.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, who you grab?
Thank you.
Okay. make it-
Modified 20.
Modified 20, you're fine as well. Well, actually, I do have to roll for you.
I've got a lute in my hands. No one can dance with me.
23. As you go grab Ek, you do not get grabbed yourself, fortunately, as everyone is trying to grab someone that is not part of their group, that are not playing violins or orchestras or trombones or whatever. No, it's all stringed instruments. No rest.
It's called a trombone.
That's why I was going to come in on the bagpipes and be like, I'm just ruining the
I really just want to see a string trombone in this one.
Sparks, as you turn, as you go over towards Sparks, he's already got a pair as a taller gentleman. Looks like a female individuals, very strong in the shoulders, face mask of a almost happy, sad individual that takes the right side of her face as her very flowing hair, but seems to be spindly in its attire. So it's like needle points and stuff like that, even though she has a lot of hair. So it's looking like she constantly has mop hair. Takes up your position, and Sparks is already immediately taking the place of her partner, and is currently being woman handled in terms of moving and stepping and
That's not away from her.
I will attempt to spin my way back into
Come on, Twinkle
make a
Toes.
performance check. And you
Have you
two,
guys done a steel
who
dance
is leading
before?
and who's making a performance?
I'm not. My feet aren't even on the ground. Like she's just dancing. Like her feet are just.
Let's turn this into a mosh pit.
I was
Bite
just
one.
going to cast silence.
Come on, bite one.
Thwack!
Start in the worm.
That one.
Dude, the robot!
So horribly. Of course, my face. So, Sparks. Well, first of all, before we get to that, so what was your? Oh yeah, your natural one performance. Yeah. So,
The house rule -5 was a 9.
as you begin, a couple of the musicians just
And fall over dead.
as eyes begin to bleed and as things and blood comes out of their ears as well. As they begin to pick it up again, and your arms immediately change position, and you're like not controlling your arms as you start playing a different tune. You're like,
Should have gone with the bagpipes.
Ek, you don't have a partner right now.
Oh, yeah. I rolled a natural 20, though.
Yes, right now you're currently waltzing by yourself or doing whatever you do by yourself.
Help! Help!
As you see Sparks
Wow.
currently being fast move, turn, twist farther away the group as he's currently being waltzed down the corridor right now. Both hands out and is just walking in one direction.
Skithets! I require a skithets!
All right, fine. Come on. Sliding on down.
The risky business slide.
Make a performance check.
Son, why is he in his underwear? So
He has underwear! And what was your performance check?
Oh, I didn't know I was actually doing that. because
Sorry,
of
I'm
the
jumping
carry.
back and
No, you're
forth and
good.
stuff like
I
that.
just-
So low. It's a 26.
26, you are currently at the center of the stage.
No. Vedic is like, and I'm leading, and step 2, 3 steps, except my feet are touching the ground.
He's kind of counterweighting
kicking
sometimes.
her in the shins.
Even with you, so what was your performance?
Step pause,
7.
7. As you're running, it's impressive how fast they're waltzing in one direction.
Remember how fast I can move right now.
What is your current movement?
And he's light on his
I
toes.
can dash and double. I can triple or quad. I'm air right now.
That's right. So what is your movement speed, buddy?
Twinkle Toes.
It's
God knows that's not.
native is 50 plus dash and everything else. Let me see here. If I wanted to do dash. Let's see here. Where I can find my cord.
While he's doing that, I just want to say I've never been more justified in running ahead on the train than in this moment.
Yes. If anything, this is reinsuring this moment right here. It's just like, yep, of course.
Remember when I left you guys and I ran ahead and dealt with the butler and all of that shit?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Okay,
right.
here we go. Speed is doubled, and any movement that doesn't involve burrowing. Okay, so I'm doubled, so now that means my native speed is 100 right now.
Actually, that would not be applicable at the moment because I forgot about your performance at 7. As you're passing people, forcing your way past the people that are currently turning in circles around everyone in their place, going in various directions that have apparently in all sorts of directions has turned into a massive, almost a giant ballroom feeling of just massive people, 12 plus people outside of your people. Going in various directions, grabbing that were single now, paired with someone who's going in different directions. As you're trying to get to your person and try to help them out, someone grabs your arms. This one, wider stalk. I don't want to say rotund, but definitely of a wider individual. Shorter, stout legs, thick pair of
Got it.
claws.
My type, she's my type.
Oh, well, I mean, a little bit, but has the uniform of a
Got a
butler,
shower
of a
in the
dancer, of a
library.
waltzer. The center of where the heart would be is just nothing, and including clothing and everything has gone in entirely, and you just see a hole.
You're out like going, what the?
As your arms are immediately grabbed, and you're beginning to move left, right,
Fucking sorry.
vaulting. As you need to make another performance check, Sparks, as you're currently in danger.
It's a sorrow sword.
How far is he from me?
Can I cast a spell?
50 feet. Make another performance check. Right now, you're currently
Yeah, I'm
hijacked.
being like
I'm going to try and break free again.
Oh, you're.
20.
What's your performance check?
26.
26?
Nat 20!
Natural 20? Well, let's find out.
Thank you.
Natural 20, what does that come to for your performance check?
Okay, for performance, plus the 5.
17.
This is important, alright? Because I know he has a negative on charisma.
So here's the thing. I'm not negative on charisma, negative on wisdom. I'm not great with charisma, but I'm not negative.
Right now I have a 24.
Okay, I've got a 26.
Because of the house rule.
Plus 5.
Plus 5, what's your charisma?
1. Plus 1.
You have performance?
No,
No.
he has a charisma modifier of 1.
Yeah. So plus 5, so he took 26. Sorry, I heard
Yeah.
28.
25. 26.
So, you begin to stop, turn, and remembering a little bit, but mostly manhandling, as this person is very strong, unnaturally strong. Even though it's maybe half your, even though she has muscle on her, but she's half your diameter in terms of like muscle and stuff like that. You stop, begin to turn around. You don't get loose of the situation, but you stop the direction that you're going, and you're currently spinning around as the music is picking up. As your performance,
26.
26, you smirk a little bit, and you're like, "All right, I got this." And you pick up with your musical instruments. You
So
are
I'm-
no longer being puppeteered at this time.
So my image of this is I've been sucked into the band on stage at the Under the Sea prom and Back to the Future.
Complete with blue tux, but you have no idea where it came from.
And now I'm going into the heavy metal guitar solo riff that completely just fucks it all up.
As soon as you begin to do
No,
that,
no, 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 no. But I'm not actually doing that. I'm casting silence.
oh, understood.
20-foot emanation centered on me. There is no music.
One moment.
Smart.
What is the level of the spell?
What a very interesting room and attractive.
Because counter spell is being cast right now. Subtly.
What level spell is silence? Because I don't know that I would.
It's not high.
It's not one that you can upcast. So, second level spell.
Well, if someone's going to counterspell, a counterspell.
Music is awesome. It's like creepy.
Yeah, second level spell.
Okay, so
I mean,
he rolled a natural 19, or the person that is casting counter spells, as he begins to pick up subtle canceling, of course, because, sorcerers. Takes the violin as you're beginning to cast this, as things are starting to dull down. You hear, you feel the smack as a violin stick has been swung across your cheek, disrupting your concentration as he begins to pick up as various blades, hidden daggers, and various weaponry that were parts of the hidden robes suddenly come out to play, but continuing their spindle and movement. This is where we're going to roll initiative. However, we're going to end tonight's game.
Oh.
Currently paired, you two.
Yep.
Currently paired with someone, currently at the performer stage and at the far line. Just to remember that. So, as you see, I did do some work with the music.
Very nice.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this adventure. I know it's, again, a little ball rolling in terms of creepy nature, but, you know, creepy is not exactly...
This is very...
It's building up.
This is like a weird...
No, it's super
freaky-
cool.
I have
I like
something
the ball
really
room.
stupid that I can
You
do.
sure you don't want the chicken?
Oh
Are
my
you
God.
sure you don't want the chicken?
I assume it was baby cockatrice or something. Thanks, I'll pass.
Yeah, anyway. But
I can do something
we'll
really
pick it
stupid.
up next time with, as you
Man,
begin
this is
to...
really bizarre. I don't know what we're going to end up doing. This is like super weird.
I've got some thoughts, but
I mean,
I have very
but it's-
limited range, and
I'm gonna break out into through the fire and flames.
So,
I'm going to pull that invisible chain to nowhere and break it down. Get doused.
cut down a chandelier. Like,
I need a hero.
Well, it's
That's
like
it.
a wrecking ball.
I'm gonna take this into I need a hero.
I want. Where's my wrecking ball? Yeah. Okay, sorry.
I have a-
anyway,
back
no,
to
no,
this.
I'm glad. This is going to be an interesting fight.
I have a
Because
jump back.
it's a musical waltz fight scene. Because, you know, Faye
They're
can be Faye.
breakdance fighting.
Anyway, so, till next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep on rolling, everyone. Bye-bye.
Wow. The most unique combat situation I think we've ever found ourselves in D&D's history.
It's the Piper.
Awesome. All right.
D&D.
We're getting taken over by the Piper.